What's up, everybody? This is Jay the Wanderer with Oakland Latinos Unidos, a.k.a. Oakland Latinos United, the voice of the Latino community in the Bay Area, California, YouTube, and beyond. Well, I'm out here, over here, at this takeover of the old Emiliano Zapata Street Academy, takeover of this building that's been abandoned since, like, 1988 and hasn't been used as anything. So today what happened was, this man's going to explain to you what happened today. Explain your name and all that.
Okay, my name is Jaime. We got a call out on social media like Facebook and Twitter that this building was open. At that point, a lot of people who've been working in the ad hoc library kind of community were kind of bringing library books out to, set-in libraries like in public spaces, and people who have been wanting to fight like austerity logic in the city and want to take back libraries and want to take back schools and want to take back the commons, reclaim the commons, kind of answer the call, and they all came out here and they all met. I mean, most of us all met here for the first time, and we started filling up. Some people brought some books. We put a call out for more books. We started filling up the shelves, cleaning up. We got our first books out on the steps and some crates. We cleaned out the shelves. The shelves are the same shelves that were here when the building was made in 1918. Same shelves are still up in the building. This building is ready to be a library and a community center. An auditorium downstairs that needs to be cleaned up quite a bit, but that can be used,
Yeah.
And like, just excited to be out here. And in terms of what the community we need from the community, I think it's the other way around. I think the community should want to take this space back. And I can't speak for everyone here, but my goal and always in these occupations is to maybe. Communities tend to be conservative. They want to hold on to their homes. They want to hold on to their jobs, and they can't always be occupying shit the way we do.
Yeah.
So maybe we can take the first step and the first chance. Now, we opened up the space. Lots of people from the community are very positive about this. We have tons of kids coming out.
Yeah,
today.
I've seen that.
Kids are bottom lining their own stuff. They came up with their own plans. They're doing their own thing. They were cleaning up inside. They were filling up the books. They took books. They brought books. Some kids brought books. That was really amazing sight to see. And we talked to the businesses around here, we've talked to the people who live around here, and they're very excited about this. What I hope will happen is that this community will take it upon themselves to make this space a place where they can use it for whatever they want. Maybe they won't want to use the building, which would be a shame, but there's enough space back there to do a community garden playground for kids. Maybe they'll take it upon themselves to raise some money and fix up the building the way it needs to be fixed up to be really used. All of the building, right now you can only use the front part and part of the side rooms. Downstairs part's a little problematic, but we're working on that too.
What's so problematic about it?
Well, like you said, this building's been closed. I mean, what's interesting is this building is on the list of the National Registry of Historic Places, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at what the city has done with it, it's just tragic. I mean, they've boarded up all the windows with these cages.
Yeah.
Inside is falling. There's water damage everywhere. There's graffiti everywhere. Beautiful woodwork on the inside of this building. The original woodwork in this building is almost 100 years old.
Oh yeah.
Really beautifully designed stuff. And it's got graffiti on it.
Yeah.
So it's just a real shame the way the city let it go to pot, and now we're cleaning up after the city.
So you do know the history of this. This used to be the Emiliano Zapata Street Academy in the 70s and 80s, right?
Well, I was really happy to hear that. I had known that it was an alternative school. That's when I had done some research this morning, and that's the most it said was that it was an alternative school. I was really glad to hear when you put out over social media what this building was. It was great to know that we were following in the footsteps of other people who recognized how important this place is.
Yeah.
And this having a space like this, serve the community.
Yeah.
And since the city won't let it happen organically anymore, we had to kind of make it happen. So I was really excited to hear that. Hopefully, we're going to do a lot of teaching here as well.
Yeah.
We're already talking about doing some literature. One of the first things that happened to me today here. One of the first things that happened was the guy came and was very excited about the fact that we made this into a library, and he took 3 books away and he wanted to come back in the day. Hopefully we'll see him in a bit. But the next thing that happened was something that made me kind of sad. A guy who's staying at the halfway house up here said, I don't read, and I think he meant I can't read.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who can't read, and literacy classes aren't as available as they used to be.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm hoping we've got some contacts in that field. I'm hoping that we can get some of those people to come out. English is second language. We have some filmmakers here who want to teach classes, and a guy who teaches programming wanted to do a little workshop for young people and teach them how to do basic programming computers.
Let me ask you a question. How does it make you feel that in the 70s the Chicano movement was really strong in the Fruitvale area, and a lot of people don't know this. There was a lot of organizing in the Fruitvale area, especially for schools and libraries back then. That's where you got the Cesar Chavez Library, schools like La Escuelita, like El Centro Infantil. They came out of that movement, and this school actually came out of that movement. The Emiliano Zapata Street Academy came out of that movement. How does it make you feel that Chicanos at that time connected the dots, and now your movement is connecting those same dots now, 40 years later?
Well, I think, I'm not an expert on anything. I'm not a historian. I think it's a shame that people of color, my mother's Colombian, I'm Latino, we let Caucasian people and upper middle class people carry the ball for a long time, and we settled for liberal solutions that haven't solved the problems. I understand why we did, right? Because it's better than always fighting, and because we're victimized more by the police, we're treated worse than the police, it's harder for us to be out on the street. And that's why my goal is we have to acknowledge that it's easier for white people, Caucasoid people who have a lot of, already have a lot going, to start these things. But my hope is always, and I share this with a lot of the white people here and the people of color here, that we're opening the door, right?
Yeah.
We open the door. But this doesn't belong to us.
Yeah.
We want the community to take it away.
Yeah.
I want to come here. I don't want to be running this. I want to sit here in the library once in a while and know that the community came out and said, we want to use this as a community center again. We want to teach here again.
Yeah.
We want to teach ourselves and share the experience. One of the things that's really amazing about the kind of library we're building here, some kids brought some books that they really enjoyed, right? Now, the library is stocked full of books. It's going to be stocked full of books, and it is now stocked full of books.
And I brought 5 books for you guys.
And you brought books that meant something to you, right?
Yeah.
You brought books that influenced you, right? And you gave that to here. You gave your wealth, right? And someone else is going to take that wealth, and then they're going to bring their own wealth back.
Yeah.
And little by little, the community will teach itself through this really special thing that happens when you give people something that really influenced you. It's not like some librarian following a cookbook about what people should be learning.
Well, the reason I'm here is because I grew up in this neighborhood, and I could tell you, I remember when this was Street Academy, and I remember when it was abandoned, and it's been an eyesore for years. Nothing has been done here. Yeah. I grew up in this community. I grew up around gangs, around drug dealers, around negativity all my life. And I've been waiting for years. When is a new Chicano movement or a new movement in general going to come to start doing what we did in the 60s? And now that it's happening now, that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here.
I mean, this is the right time. Yeah. This is the time for people to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a little more run by white people than it could be.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean when these spaces open up in public space, it's not a white thing.
Well, that's why. Well, that's, you know it, right? That's why I've been part of Occupy, because of that. Because I know we can incorporate more people of color to do things and take self-determination for their communities, like we did in the past. It doesn't have to be something we did in the 60s. It could be something we're doing now. And that's why I'm here to support you. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last time you're going to see me hanging around here.
I hope not. And I just want to make
even though I don't live in Oakland no more, but this is my barrio where I grew up. And
maybe it's time to come back.
Yeah. I'm in Richmond, so I'm doing good things out there too. So it ain't like I left.
Time here too.
Yeah, I'm always, trust me, bro. I'm back and forth between Oakland, so it's nothing to me.
So what we need right now is we could use a lot of.
Yeah, exactly. Tell the community, my viewers, what do you need and how can support.
We need tons of Spanish language books. They're hard to find the way we find other books.
Yeah.
So if people have Spanish language books that they love, or they don't have any use for, but they want to give to another community struggling to find Spanish language books, please come and bring those. We need books on Latino American history and African American history.
Chicano history.
All these things, to teach people about where they come from and how strong they can be and how to build a new movement that's diverse, right?
Yeah.
It's Latino, Asian, white people,
Black
working
people.
class people, and we all come together in this space and we teach each other about how to do that.
Yeah.
Relearn how to be revolutionaries.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is true. We were once the revolutionaries. Latino people, African Americans, and Asian people carried the torch for a really long time.
Yeah.
But we gave it up because they promised us change, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's time.
And now we're going back, reverse, it seems like. Yeah.
They're taking all that, even the meager stuff that they gave us, they're taking it back. So it's time to come out and do stuff. If you live in a community that has an empty building like this, that's owned by the city or owned by some absentee landlord, take that building and start teaching people.
So who owns this building? The city, right?
City, to my knowledge,
City of Oakland.
Building. A librarian came out today and said that the library is still kind of comes out here once in a while and cleans about every 1 month or 2 months, and that it's their sort of responsibility. I don't know why.
So to your knowledge, I mean, from my knowledge, it's been abandoned since the 80s. Do you know if there was anything after the 80s?
After the 80s, maybe at some point in the mid to late 90s, it was the Volunteers of America has a halfway house at some point
across the street. Yeah,
I think that used to be here.
Oh, okay.
And it was here only for a short time. Maybe
okay.
In the 90s and early 90s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people's records here. I mean, it's a shame. I don't want to look through them. That's people's history. And they're all stuck in there. People just abandoned the records. So.
All right. Well, I'm running kind of low on battery, so I don't mean to cut it short, but I won't. But thanks for the interview, man. Yeah. And we hopefully I'll be back. We just hope this continues, man, because we need more of this. And I just hope more people from this community come and support.
Well,
like you said,
people from this community support it, so we're very excited about the possibilities here.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks.
Okay.
Well, this is Jay the Wanderer with Oakland Latinos Unidos down here in the Murder Doves and the Doves, East 15th and Miller Ave, over here at this takeover of the old Emiliano Zapata Street Academy High School back in the days. Old library. It was a library too. The takeover for the community, for the people. I hope they continue doing what they got to do, because this is a beautiful thing, I think. Well, I'm signing off.